Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I am the motorcycle rescuer, and this is of course motorcycle rescuer. So yes, welcome back. Last video you saw on Thursday was actually last Sunday. You saw me, Sultan, Rabjab and Paul Laguna doing bits and pieces to this bike. I really liked that edit where we were just getting on with things. For you guys it was a few minutes. It was actually an hour and a half footage that I had to cut and speed up to show some sort of progression. Someone mentioned the sound quality not being very good. They weren't rude at all. They were extremely polite. They were just saying maybe get a mic, but I never need a mic because when I'm talking to you I have the camera in my phone. If I'm saying anything else away from the camera that I feel don't need to be caught on camera, then I'm not. So basically, if you're hearing me, I mean for you to be hearing me, and if you're not, I mean for you to not be hearing me. Side panels, I gave a satin coat with a very light spray of clear just to give it a bit of protection. And this tank, that is how it should be sitting, but I don't like it, so I'm going to relocate the front and sit it lower. There's many ways of doing that, but it does have to be secure. It has to be secure under when bolted at the back. So I'm going to put it under its notches. So if you think it has this C notch and it slides in, right? I'm going to put it under like that. I'm going to sit it under the C notch so it won't be able to come up when bolted. That's absolutely fine. I've done it many times before, no issues at all. But at the moment, the shape just doesn't quite work. And yeah, it's not for me. I need it to be flat. Anyone who knows me knows I love the flat line calf racer style shapes. Potentially got a viewing for the Harley today at 11:30. I have just messaged the guy. He hasn't messaged back yet, but he said he was coming for 11:30. So I'm going to relocate this tank, and I think you'll see straight away the difference it makes when it's sitting a bit more flush when the seat is on. Other thing I need to do then is I need to blank off this because it will be it won't run well. I might run a pipe to this down to nowhere so it doesn't look so out of place. I was considering hiding the wiring under the in the back of the light. I'm going to still consider that depending on the weather and time today. And I feel like there was something else. What was it? Don't know. It will come to me. Ignition. New ignition. I do want the new ignition to fit into here. Now we won't have a steering lock, but let's be honest. If someone comes up to this bike and they try and nick it, where are they going to try and nick it from? There. And actually they can spend all day hammering away at that and barreling it and doing all the things they do because the ignition isn't going to be there. So no worries there. I'm not going to film too much. I'll put you in the background and do bits and pieces of sped up kind of video and stuff. And we'll just kind of come back to the change nearer the end. In my head I've got 750. I was talking to John this morning and he said I'm underselling it considering how much has been done. He's right, the valves have been reset, it's a brand new carb, it's a brand new top end, the exhaust is great, everything's running, it's got a year's MOT, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. So maybe 850 eventually, even the throttle cable we did last week. Yes, easy. So much better. I'm not sure if you can see the angle. It's not sticking up like a fake Harley. Much better, but I want to boost this end just a tiny bit. I'll just put a bit of rubber under there, that much, and I'll be happy with it. Because I have a really funny thing about lines. At the moment, it's kind of coming down and going almost a little bit up. Tiny little boost. And it won't make any difference to anyone except me, but I'll know. Yeah, so cool, I'm going to get that done. Don't worry about the filming, we'll see that in a minute. And then I'll look at if I can get the new ignition into there, etc. And we'll see where we go. What an absolute bell end, Nick, you are. He's known all week that he's coming to Islington to view the Harley. But I didn't give him the exact address because why would I? I don't want to give 100 different window shoppers my address. I messaged him 5 minutes ago before chatting to you guys saying, are you still coming today at 11:30? He said, yes, I am. Can I have the full address? I gave him the full address and he messaged back saying, that's too far for me to come. What a knobhead. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not normally this rude. But that's twice in 2 weeks I've been chatting to people all week. They ask a million questions. I hate that. Just turn up and view the bike and chat to me and ask the questions. And then ridiculous excuses. Okay. Well, that's it. I mean, I love the Harley. I love the Harley. What pisses me off is that I've been disconnecting the battery. And it doesn't take 5 minutes, but still just a bit of an annoyance because I have to disconnect the alarm as well. It's okay. It's okay. Right, let me get my bits done over here and yeah, and we'll carry on and we'll get this one done and dusted. So, you know, not super noticeable, but actually there's not so much of a V shape there now. Definitely much smoother lines. Okay, so I've done all the bits I talked about doing. The ignition's in, if I've done it correctly. The ignition's down here. If correct, it would... Well, let's just check first that we're not on. No horn. We're on. There isn't anything on the dash indicators. Hey, there you go. Okay, so ignition's working, that's good. Alright. And it's kind of just a basic bike for an MOT, really. What I need to do next is make sure that the tank is sealed. So I need to put fuel in, fire it up, make sure it is a good tank, because we haven't actually tested that yet. And maybe a quick spin. I'm still tempted. I might gently mess with the wires, see if I can get some of them in the back of the light. But it's a big old clump, so it's not going to be a quick, easy thing to do. What it kind of needs is a bit of neatening up, a cable tie there, a cable tie here and there, really. I should find a pipe just to tuck this away so it don't look so random. Alright, let's see if this tank holds through. It's going to be really bloody annoying if it don't, but these are the kind of things that do pop up from time to time. It's quite funny, guys. Someone's just wrote on the video I put up about the guy talking about my bikes all being uninsured. Someone's wrote on the comment section, well, to be honest, they're not insured, are they? We can all check online. How stupid are you? How stupid are you? Most of the videos go up. The bikes have long gone. How can you check the plate when the bikes have long gone? And also, that's not to mention 1 day insurance, 2 day insurance, 1 week insurance, You can buy short-term insurance. You can tax your bike with short-term insurance. Why do people assume the worst? Why do they think people are messing around and breaking the law and filming it? Are people that stupid? I really don't get it. I've had a lot of stupid comments this week. I try not to entertain them, but I just don't get why people stick out and look stupid. Right, fuel in here. I forgot which tank's the good fuel, red or green, so I need to go back to the last video I put up and see which one I was using for the Piaggio and which one I was using to drain the original blue tank. So I'll film refilling this up with fuel just because it does go wrong here at times. We might as well capture it. Two options: the fuel tap itself could leak, or the carb could leak randomly, even though it was fine 2 weeks ago. It's a Chinese bike. These are the issues that arise, really. So step one's good, the fuel tank is holding. That I was worried about the petcock because no matter how much you tightened it, it just seemed a bit weird, but it is holding. The carb should hold fuel, no reason why not. And it should even start up and idle, so let's go through that while we can. Now this bike is not insured currently, so I won't be doing a test ride, but I'll know by the engine feel, and I have ridden this bike when it was insured, so I'll know by the idle. I just need to get the idle and the throttle and everything all set from here. If that's all okay, I'll be throwing an advert up. I think 750. I think I'm going to stick with 750. It's still got that slight rattle in the front brake, even though it's not unsafe or anything. I mean, yes, it polished up well, but it's also just a bit bratty, isn't it? So let's see if we can fire it. On. Choke on. So I'll leave the choke on for a minute or so, then I'll take the choke off and set the idle because we changed the throttle cable. If that's all good, pictures, advert, get rid of it. I'm slightly still annoyed by this. I am tempted, I've got a couple of hours, I'm tempted to mess with it actually and to tuck some of it away. It's gonna be a pain, it's not gonna be easy because some comes from under here and some comes from over there. So, but it does look messy, that big ball bag under the light. So tempted, even if I can get rid of some of it.